Dom, wake up. Are you awake?
Good morning. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the most optimal daily routine that will allow you to get high test, jacked, and as shredded as possible. So the first thing you do when you wake up is to go out of your room. Don't make the bed because that's low test. And then going to go right to either drinking water or shaving. I'm going to shave my face because I'm going to get right to that. But you come right in here. You can brush your teeth or shave or both. And right now I don't have a boar hair bristle toothbrush. So what I've been doing is tongue scraping and just using my finger as a toothbrush, which isn't optimal. So right here, I have some Via Nature tooth powder. We got clay, baking soda, eggshell powder, charcoal, peppermint essential oil, and sea salt. So these are all whole food ingredients, things that you can eat if you really want to. And the thing is with this, it says danger, don't swallow it. But you still absorb everything through your gums that touches your gums. So you're absorbing the food dyes, the fluoride, the heavy metals, the preservatives, which will ruin your test, destroy your test, give you brain fog, give you cancer, and who knows what. You know, there's so many studies linked to food dyes, artificial sweeteners. I think there's sucrose in here too. So those are all bad for you. And right here, you could literally eat this and you would be fine. And if you don't think you don't eat little bits of this, you're mistaken. So basically, what I like to do is get my finger a little wet. Obviously, this is tap water, which isn't optimal, but get some of this and then just get these yellow ass teeth going. But basically, ideally I have a boar hair bristle toothbrush, but this will have to do. We see we got some microplastic toothbrushes here. We got some fluoride toothpaste. This toothpaste is also fluoride free, but there are ingredients in here that you can't really or shouldn't really eat, so I prefer this. But I'll get back to you once I'm finished with this. So the cameraman was actually saying that you can't eat eggshells, but that is false. You can blend them up and take them as a calcium supplement. So if you clean them, sterilize them in the oven, wash them, when you eat them, they're very high in calcium, which is healthy for you. If you're deficient in calcium, either drink raw milk or you could do eggshell powder as a supplement. But the one thing is that salmonella grows in the eggshell, so if you're just eating raw eggs with the eggshell, that's how you probably get sick, if you get little bits of eggshell and swallow it. So I do raw eggs sometimes, but you really want to be careful with that. Anyway, the next step, there's some black shit on my tongue, so gonna tongue scrape. So actually, bacteria on your tongue can cause a bunch of brain problems. I've seen a bunch of reels on it, but it also causes bad breath. The main thing is that when there's shit on your tongue, that's when your breath is bad. If you eat something, then you look at it, and it's not really, reddish white. So what we do is just scrape, rinse out a bunch of times. And repeat. But a lot of you guys will use mouthwash, like this shit right here. Clean mint. There's blue dyes, castor oil, hydrogen peroxide, citric acid, all these weird ingredients that if you drink this, you would definitely die or have health problems. It definitely says not to, drink this. But why drink that when you can just tongue scrape? You don't need mint flavored breath all day. You're literally swallowing it. Just fucking scrape your tongue, brush your teeth with a boar hair bristle toothbrush, and then you should be pretty dang good. But the next step of the morning routine is to shave. And you guys may think, oh, use this with some shaving cream. So, a big mistake a lot of you guys make in the morning is that you shave like this. I should make a reel on this. I probably will actually now that I think of it. But you get BPAs absorbed right through your skin. And then you also absorb the shit. The chemicals in here are toxic, Fragrance, which is an endocrine disruptor. I could scan this with the Yuka app. So we just scanned it with the Yuka app, and it is a 0 out of 100 because there are endocrine disruptors in here. Basically, endocrine disruptors disrupt your hormones and your thyroid, and they absorb into your bloodstream and tell your brain to do a bunch of different things, but your test basically gets lowered. So technically, using this on my skin with the hot water, my pores open up, it absorbs into my bloodstream, and then my test gets lower, which is going to make me less jacked. So if we're trying to test max and get jacked, you do not want to be using this. Also, there are BPAs on this thing, the little moistening strip, that lower your test as well. It absorbs this through the same way. You see how it's all broken up and messed up? It's literally because it gets hot, it gets scraped, and you absorb these as well. It's like plastic. And people get cancer, people wonder why their test goes low. It's because they do this shit every morning. So instead of that, I like to get my electric razor, which has no BPAs, just metal, and do that. So I'm gonna shave, and then I'll get back to you with the next steps. So a trade-off of the electric razor is that sometimes I miss a spot. Like I can run it over my neck, and it just doesn't get the hair. So it's kind of annoying. It's like, oh, how do I get it? I run it over my neck a million times. So I have multiple electric razors. This gets like the bulk of my face, chin, and mustache. This will get like the really short ones that this doesn't pick up, and then this one gets like the longer ones that are too long. So it's kind of weird, and it's annoying to use 3, but that's the trade-off in price you have to pay in order to avoid the endocrine disruptors, the BPAs, the shaving cream, the shaving moisturizing strip, all that bullshit. So I'm gonna use this on my face like this, get the little extra hairs, so you can hear it picking up stuff, still shaving stuff, and then I'll use the other one for my neck, but I'll see you in a sec. So I just finished shaving with this. Pretty good job. Maybe have not gotten everything, but it's okay. And the next step would either to be get a shower or just rinse my hair. And you can get a spray bottle and put it reverse osmosis or spring water in it. I have a shower filter here, and this makes my hair feel 10 times better. I have bedhead right now, but this shower head filter is a game changer. It filters out chlorine, heavy metals, other toxins that will make your scalp dry, and hair feeling strong. So I can either get a cold shower or just rinse my hair. I think I'm just gonna rinse my hair. But the rule of thumb is that in the morning you always need to take cold showers, and then at nighttime you want to take hot showers, because cold showers make your internal core temperature go up, which will wake you up, make you energized, ready for the day, and then the opposite happens when you take a warm shower. So basically, you don't want to be all hot and super hot in bed. You like to be like kind of cool but warm. And if you take a cold shower, your body starts heating up, and then when you're too hot in bed, you're too awake, too alert, and it's not comfortable, and your sleep will actually decrease the quality of your sleep. So I'm going to rinse my hair real quick. I'll probably just go like this, and I can do it, but I just want to make sure I don't make a mess here. So basically, I'm going to get a light and bust out of here. Let it get a little warm, like cool. It's not freezing because I'm not actually pulling them in. But I also do think that taking super cold showers instantly as soon as you wake up could spike your cortisol. You can play around with it and see if it gives you a crash later, but kind of like how you're supposed to wait 2 hours after waking to drink coffee or smoke a cigar or like nicotine. It's probably good to wait 2 hours after waking to a cold shower. So I still like cool, so I'm not too, crazily woken up with an adrenaline rush instantly as soon as you wake up. So that will spike your cortisol and, make you more stressed, lower your tests, cause you to go bald, all these other problems. So it's kind of like lukewarm, coolish. Just gonna rinse the hair off. I'll wash my face as well, as I just shaved. And just rinse my face, get the shit out of my eyes, my nose. Make sure. And we're gonna grab our 100% cotton towel and dry off my face. But a rule of thumb, if you guys want nice hair, if you have hair, the rule of thumb how to have nice hair is like, okay, my hair probably looks stupid now. Like, it's messed up here, hairline's all weird. When it doesn't dry right. And if you just like blow dry it or you comb it, that's bullshit. I don't put any gel in my hair. I let the natural oils do its thing. Like I don't use any shampoo, any soap. I forgot to mention that. But water is all you need. Clean water is all you need to rinse off. You don't need soaps. You don't need shampoo, you don't need conditioner. Basically, shampoo strips all the healthy oil from your hair, and then conditioners puts fake oil in your hair that has extra endocrine disruptors, extra dyes, extra bullshit that you absorb into your bloodstream. And it's not good. But I just use water, and the natural oil will allow your hair to be great. Because if you use shampoo, I can't, my hair looks like shit. I need to use gel, and that's another thing that's probably an endocrine disruptor. So you're just fucking yourself if you're using hair products like shampoo, conditioner, gel. But anyway, so basically the key is that you want it to dry how you want it to look. So if it looks stupid and it dries, it's gonna be like stupid. So right now, I'm looking in the mirror. It's like kind of just like, my hairline's not like messed up. Kind of flat, make sure it's not sticking up in the back. I mean, it's not like perfect, but like it's kind of down. If I look up, it's not sticking out too crazy. Then once it dries, you can kind of play around with it, but like if it dries like this, it's gonna be fine. So we're looking pretty solid in the morning. But yeah, so that's the morning routine. Oh, we almost forgot to put some moisturizer, because if you shave with an electric or a metal razor, you don't put moisturizer on after, you will get razor bumps. I have like a little pimple here from like food or something, but it'll get all red. I used to get razor bumps terribly, all here and here. So you want to make sure it stays moist. But going back to the concept of putting shit on your skin that you can eat, tallow and honey. Ingredients: 100% grass-fed tallow and raw wild honey. So you can eat both of those things. A little left, but put a little bit here, a little bit there. This isn't even acne, it's like freaking razor bumps, the little fucking red dots. But put that on, maybe that was too much, but rub it on. Rub some on the cameraman's face. And then maybe too much. But this is like the male version of makeup, honestly. When you're tan, your skin's clear, and you put raw honey and tallow on your face. Maybe I could put some on my chest. Honestly, I shave my chest, so put a little bit there. Probably not enough. I cut myself shaving. But yeah, okay, we got this fully lathered, and boom, I'll show you what it looks like with the light on, with the looks maxing. So this lighting's definitely better, but it's what I look like with the tallow and honey. Could be a little bit more tan. Work on that. It's kind of shitty outside, but that's the first step. And then the next step is to drink water, which I will show you how to optimally do next. So how to hydrate is, ideally you have your reverse osmosis machine. Got some reverse osmosis here. This is my cup from yesterday. Gonna grab some and fill that boy up. Filter some more because we want some more, obviously. And then what you do is you grab your mineral Celtic sea salt or Baja Gold sea salt. But basically, when you wake up in the morning, your body's extremely dehydrated, your piss is yellow, you're feeling groggy, and your body is depleted of electrolytes. That's the reason for those symptoms. So you want to replenish those electrolytes. The electrolytes are sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium. So this has sodium and magnesium, and sodium is the most important one. So you have to grab a pinch, about, can't really see it in there. It's a good amount, but basically take a pinch, get it on there. It tastes so good in the morning because your body's depleted. You can tell when you taste it. It tastes really like extremely salty. And then chug one of these. Probably like another half of those. Maybe a little bit more salt, honestly. I've been taking salt in a while. Like all yesterday, I was slacking on my salt intake. But taking little pinches throughout the day is really key to avoiding brain fog, to feeling good, to staying hydrated. But it really depends on if you sweat. You know, if I go play basketball and I sweat a bunch, I bring this with me and just keep taking pinches. Because if you sweat a good amount, your stores go from like 100 to 10%, and then you'll feel shitty, you'll cramp up, you'll have brain fog, you'll be fatigued. So if you're exercising a lot, you want to make sure that you're taking mineral sea salt as much as you can. And as for potassium and calcium, We're gonna get some raw milk, and we're gonna eat some fruit or get some fruit, but we are good on that for now. So another little pinch. Pour it up. And drink. Another little lesson here. Come over here. Look at the screen right here. Go up close. So, TDS, total dissolved solids. Those are solids that are in the water that are, consist of heavy metals, vitamins, minerals, but also microplastics, estrogens. So basically, the range of TDS goes from 0 to 500, and then anything over 500 is illegal for someone to drink. So this is the tap water going in. It's at 200, which is like way too much. And then once it's done, it's 16. So there's a little bit of vitamins and minerals left in the water, which is fine. Anything from 0 to 50 is good to drink, but anything over that, it starts to be toxic. You can get heavy metal toxicity, microplastics, estrogens, and those things lower your test. Microplastics lower your testosterone. Estrogens lower your testosterone. I could dive into that even deeper, but making sure that you're drinking clean water is great. But the thing is, in spring water, the TDS is higher because there's calcium, magnesium, sodium from the rocks. The water withers away the minerals from the rocks, gets in the water, there's minerals, you get hydrated. But with this, it'll filter out everything except H2O basically, and there's no minerals. So that's when you have to really focus on getting these electrolytes in. But if you get like Mountain Valley spring water or Saratoga spring water, they will show on the back like the minerals will be like magnesium, sodium, calcium on the nutrition facts on the side. But with this, there's like nothing. So that's why you really have to make sure that you get electrolytes, because studies show that, or my nutrition class taught me that if you drink H2O without any electrolytes, you will actually not get hydrated. So if I just drank this with no sodium all day, I would feel like shit, not be hydrated, and a bunch of problems would happen in my body. But yeah, the next step is for me to grab a shirt and for us to go on a quick walk. I have some calls in 25 minutes, so I'm gonna go on a quick walk to lower the cortisol. I don't wanna look at my phone, don't wanna listen to music, don't wanna spike my dopamine. I wanna stay chill and get outside. You don't wanna be walking around in shoes that are not flat soled. So these are flat soled shoes, and these are way healthier and way better for your feet, your joints, your shins, your ankles, all of that stuff. That's because it's the closest thing to walking barefoot. A lot of people get problems because they wear the shoes that are not flat soled. And it's because your foot molds into the soft, cushiony mold. And then, if it molds all weird, like say your foot's supposed to be flat, like a natural foot, it gets all like this. You're just putting pressure, where it's not evenly spread out, and then it goes up into different spots and it makes all this tension. But if you were walking flat soled like you're supposed to walk and you're barefoot, it relieves all the tension, will keep your legs and your joints strong, and is the best thing for your foot health, ankle health, and all of that stuff. But I like to walk outside. I'm gonna get an umbrella, we'll probably not record it, but we like to walk outside because there's no fluorescent lights. When you get sunlight on your eyes in the morning, it sets your circadian rhythm. It doesn't count if you look through a window because the window's blocking the actual UV rays. It doesn't count if you're looking at a fake light. The best thing to do is to get light from even a gray sky on your eyes, and it will set your circadian rhythm, basically a 16-hour body clock where you have tons of energy for 16 hours, and then when you go to bed, you'll be really tired. So that's the best way to avoid brain fog and add energy throughout the entire day. But yeah, I'm probably gonna get an umbrella. We're gonna walk out here for 10-15 minutes. I have like 3 check-in calls, and then after that, I will show you the next step. But honestly, I've been up for a while because actually, I didn't actually just wake up when I recorded the video. So I'll probably actually just make a coffee after this walk real quick, but we're gonna go on this walk and then we'll get back to you. We're actually walking, we're not making excuses. I mean, I could just walk shirtless, but I did just kind of clean up all of that stuff. So it's kind of low test, but ideally if it just wasn't raining, I'd be walking with my shirt off, getting vitamin D, and there'd be more sunlight, but I'm not trying to get all dirty and smelly and wet. I have to take calls on my desk. I'm not trying to feel and look like shit. So we're gonna walk quickly for 20 minutes, get that zone 2 cardio in, and then we'll be back once we get back, obviously. So another key when it comes to staying warm is to keep your hands and feet warm. So basically, if your hands and feet are warm, your whole internal core temperature will be warm and your body will get warm.
And if it's vice versa, you will get cold as well. So she's cold out here, but her hands are just out then they're freezing cold. But I literally just hold my hands in a fist, in a ball the whole time. And I stay warm, even in shorts and a t-shirt. It's like 60 degrees and rainy. I'm literally warm because my hands and feet are staying warm. But if you don't realize that, you know, you can get cold. It's kind of a hack. But also one other thing that we're gonna do is take vitamin D3 when we get back, because on days when it's sunny or when it's cloudy and I can't get sun, you will get deficient in vitamin D. So you have to supplement it as a whole food source or a supplement, obviously. So I'm gonna do that. But if it was sunny, I would not be taking it. I'm just gonna show you when I get back, but walking out here, no one out, of course. But it's not too bad. Not too bad. Cameraman's getting fussy. She just wants to lay in bed and cry and groan all day long. Just live a low test lifestyle. That's the thing with women, they're not high test, so they don't want to go on walks. Oh. They don't want to go hard, they want to go easy. So if you live with a girl, you got to still push yourself, obviously. Don't get complacent.
Exactly, Dom. You're the girl.
Oh, right. But yeah, we're gonna finish up this walk and then I have to hop on some calls, so we'll see you when we get back. So I have a call in 2 minutes, but this is how I make coffee. So I have organic coffee, mold-free, toxin-free, clean coffee. And then we got bleach-free paper coffee filters. But the only thing is that the inside of this container is plastic, so I definitely am getting some sort of microplastics, which is not good. When I move in less than a month, I'm going to get my own fancier setup, but for now, this will do. At least I'm not getting in mold, bullshit coffee. When there's mold in the coffee, when it's not organic, it will spike your cortisol and make you stressed. If you feel like your head gets all foggy and you feel extremely stressed after you drink the coffee, it's because it's not organic. Even that espresso machine right there, I've had espresso from there and it gives me like insane headaches. And I know that coffee's not organic, so that's why I don't even like to go to Starbucks or anything like that. But basically, put the paper in here, put a little bit in here, and then also we're using reverse osmosis water for the coffee. We're not using tap water like fucking Starbucks uses. But I mean, this is basically the cleanest type of coffee you could get, besides having like a better coffee machine that was microplastic free. But stupid machine, I literally should make the settings to where it fills up the whole thing. Someone else, aka my career, has been using it and messing up the settings. But I'm gonna start this. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on this call real quick. But the cameraman will bring me the coffee once it's done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. All right, I'll be back. Okay. Bring it when it's done. All right, so we got the blueberries here. I have a call literally right now, but this is how you refill the reverse osmosis. Fill it up, put it here, and then you just boom, and then it fills it up. But we got the butter coffee because cream is BS, but butter slowly absorbs and digests the caffeine. But the cameraman won't do anything for me over here, so.
You're being productive over there.
Yeah, we're being productive. We're not being low test. So I'm gonna take this call and then I will get back to you guys later. And like, what was your thoughts about raw milk before you first tried it?
I was afraid of it, like anything else. I mean, again, one of those deals. I like it. I think it's got a really good taste. It feels creamier to me, although I'm also not used to drinking whole milk. I've always had 2% milk or skim milk or something like. My mother used to drink skim milk, and it was like water with fucking, laundry detergent or something in it that turned it white. It was the most sickening shit in the world. But it was like, oh, it's too much fat if you drink the other shit. So I really like the taste of it. It's really good. I really like to add it to my coffee. Because I was always a, put milk in coffee guy. And then when I met you, all of a sudden it turned to black coffee. And now that I've got the raw milk, I'll dump a little of that in there. And it's kind of like living again.
And you haven't died yet.
I haven't died yet. I feel it coming, and it's going to be all your fault.
Oh yeah. Then your
I'm
family's
going
gonna
to write myself a little testimonial that's going to go to my remaining friends and family. When I die, this is the guy who's responsible. I've got his picture here. I know he's moving to Florida. Go get his ass.
Sue me for all I'm worth. Oh yeah. Alright guys, this is what we're gonna have to break the fast. I just finished the calls, got some work done, but now we got some chuck eye steaks, which we had yesterday, which are kind of shitty, and we got some pasture-raised eggs from the Amish. So we're gonna do eggs, beef, or steak and rice. So basically, this rice is special rice from Italy. It's organic, it's not enriched, and will not give you brain fog or make your insulin spike. I used to do white minute rice. I used to eat that all the time. It would kind of make me have brain fog, make me crash, make me feel a little bit bloated. But this rice does not do any of that because all of the grains and rice that are grown in America are kind of bullshit. But this is organic. This won't make you crash, and it's very, very special. From Italy. This was like $20 for this little ass brick of it. But as they say, you gotta invest in your health and health as well. So here we go. Gonna boil some water first. Gonna boil this up. And then for the steaks, we're gonna try low heat. We tried high heat yesterday and it kind of made them bad. I mean, I think this cut of steak is just buns. It says chuck eye, but I don't think it's a chuck eye. The butcher was like brain dead yesterday. It was really annoying. But so the key is to put ghee on the cast iron pan. Come over here. Ghee on the pan so it doesn't stick. Make sure it's covered so that doesn't stick. The thing is with ghee, you want to use ghee or beef tallow when cooking on higher temperatures instead of oil. You don't use any oil, even if it's extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil or avocado oil, because their smoke points are not as high as ghee's. And basically when olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, when they burn, it turns into cetols. The omega-6 content goes crazy and it turns rancid. But with this, the smoke point's way higher and it doesn't turn rancid. You just don't want to cook it too high. But also with extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil, most of those from the United States are bullshit. Even if it says it on the thing, it's not from one country. It's sourced from multiple countries. It's low quality, it's processed, and it's not good. They also put pesticides on it, even if it's extra virgin, so you have to make sure it's organic and from one country. But I would just use it as a sauce. I wouldn't even cook with that. And the higher heat oils like canola oil, vegetable oil, those are seed oils. That's the main cause of heart disease and high blood pressure and all that shit in America. So we'll light this up, like lower heat. We're gonna cook some actual good steaks later. I'll put that in the video as well, so stay tuned. We'll cook a way better steak, way better ribeye. But for the first meal, we're just doing these cheapy steaks with some rice, with some eggs as well. But I think also you're supposed to put the rice in before it gets boiled. Pretty sure. So I'm gonna cut this. It's like airtight, I'm pretty sure. So in here, oh, there it goes. Now it's a little bit better, but look at that. It looks a lot different than like
Regular
rice.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like weird. I think
True.
that should be good. But that's a special Italian. Maybe a little bit more.
Should cook it for 16 minutes.
Once this starts to smoke a little bit, we will put those steaks on So with the steaks, another rule of thumb is to make sure that you dry them off. So you don't want water to be on the steak. So basically when there's water on the steak, water takes way longer to cook or evaporates, so it messes the sear, makes it not cook evenly. So you want to make sure it's totally dry. Put that on there, and then I like to put seasoning on after I cook it, because when you put salt on it, even if you dry it, it pulls more moisture out of it and makes the surface wet again. So you can either dry it off and put salt on right before you put it on the skillet, or you can just wait till you are after you cook it to put it on. So dry these off. They won't get wet again once I put salt on, and then we'll put these on. And then I'll show you next. We'll cook the eggs in the same pan, because might as well absorb the fat and just use one pan. Well, that's the best way to cook eggs if you're cooking with ground beef or steak. Just cook it in the same pan after. But yeah, we might have to Google how to cook these things, because last time I cooked them medium rare, but they were just still rubber. I don't know why. But once it starts to boil up, I'm gonna turn off. I think I'm gonna turn off the heat here. Put it low. But yeah, we'll see how this goes, and we'll get back to you. Alright guys, so this is how we do it. These steaks are there's no fat and they're not tender like fillets. I don't know what the hell these things are. They said it was chuck eyes, but these are not chuck eye steaks. So they're round steaks or something, but always put the fan on. Here it sucks the air and puts it outside, which is nice. And then we put this over, so the grease does not spill everywhere. But basically we're gonna do 2 minutes each side. After that, we're gonna take them off, put the eggs on. The rice is cooking up. Because it's not pre-cooked rice, it takes longer to cook up. But that's the price you pay for getting a little bit of a healthier rice option. And yeah, that's about it. After this, I'm gonna do a few more things for my work, and then we're going to go get some raw milk and more eggs because we are out. I want to make some treats with the raw milk, some shakes or smoothies or something.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting. But I'll show you where I get the raw milk, how you get it, what you have to do, and it's pretty interesting and cool. So stay tuned for that. So this is the finished product. Not the prettiest, but definitely tastes amazing and does the job. I'm just gonna put some pink Himalayan salt with a metal grinder, no plastic in here, to put on there, or some Celtic sea salt as well. Some of that. But yeah, this is gonna hit the spot, and then we will probably go to the Amish market or farm soon to get that raw milk. But we will see you when we go there, and we'll see you soon. Also, if you want to test max, besides eating red meat, besides eating eggs, besides doing all this shit I've already done today, you want to make sure that you are using non-toxic dishwasher soap. So basically, this brand has all clean, endocrine disruptor-free cleaners for wiping down surfaces. They have laundry detergent. We got dishwasher soap. So basically, you put it in there, run it just like any other detergent or whatever. But you can literally eat this and it won't make you sick. A lot of the mainstream, Tide Pods, Cascade, Tide, whatever all this other shit is, if you eat that, you will die. And what do you think happens when you run it with the water and the soap gets all over the plates, little bits of residues on it. You eat food on the plate, over time, those little bits of detergent or soap, it goes in your system and you eat it. So you don't want that to happen. That's how you get cancer. That's how you get chronic illness. So you want to make sure that anything that's coming in contact with your mouth, with your skin, that goes in your stomach, you want to make sure that it's very clean, non-toxic, chemical-free stuff. So as long as you just make sure you're good with that, it's definitely a game changer. But if you use, mainstream soap, I would really read into the ingredients. You can also just put baking soda in there if you want to use that as soap as well, because you can eat baking soda. But this is a really good swap that you can make when trying to be healthy. All right, so we are about to go to Amish country, and we're going to get some raw milk and eggs.
Yes.
Yes.
It's raining out, so it's...
Yeah, this weather's trash. I wish I could get vitamin D right now, but gotta deal with it. Can't be down. Can't let the gloomy clouds make us down. But yeah, we're going to boost our test, get some raw milk, pasture-raised eggs, maybe some raw butter if they have some, but we will see. They only take cash, so we got the wallet, which I usually don't use, but we shall see. Guys, we just made it here. So this is where we get the eggs and the butter, if they have some in there, but there's no one working. You basically just put in money and take what you want. So it's kind of an honor system, like someone could just literally rob the whole thing, but that's the beauty of the country. There's no guys who want to rob and steal and do anything. It's just honest people, which is what it's about. So no sketchy folks out here, thank goodness. But yeah, we're gonna go in there and see what's in there. So there are bugs in here because it's raining, I think, but they got BS potatoes. I mean, don't need this. They have some special soap. I don't know what that is, but this is where the goods are. Yeah, we got the pasture-raised eggs and the raw butter. They said it's raw when we talked to them, so yeah, maybe I'll get a sunflower too. But yeah, we'll see. So we got 5 cartons of pasture-raised eggs with some raw butter. $31 is the total. $4.50 a carton, and $8 for a pound of butter.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Better than Cali prices or whatever, but we still have to go this way to get the raw milk, so we're gonna drive a little bit longer and get there. Might have to cop a dog while I'm here. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. The little doggies. $6.95. It's not even that bad. They look pretty cute, but this is basically the setup right here. We got like the milk in here or something. The fridge is in here. Homemade butter. People bring their cartons so they can give it to them, but the eggs at the other place are better, but this is the farmhouse. Cows are up there. But damn, I didn't even know they had puppies here, but let's see. Look at all that. This is like heaven right here. They just literally leave the money out here. That's the crazy part. They just trust you, but of course I'm not going to steal it or anything, but I'm gonna cop 2 gallons, I think. All right, guys. About to hit the gym. We got a reverse osmosis in metal. No plastic water bottles, no tap water, gym water fountains. Gotta bring a metal water bottle so we're not ingesting poisons, killing our tests during the workout. We got the extra electrolytes here. We got right before, just some water. Then for some extra glycogen right to the muscles, we got some organic raw clover honey. But yeah, that's it for today's pre-workout. I have energy. This is the pump, and then yeah, got everything. We're gonna hit some legs. I had a knee surgery like a 1.5 years ago, so that's my excuse for having small, weak legs. But no excuses. Gotta try to get them jacked. Gotta get them big. So we're gonna hit the gym, and we'll see you when we get there. Making some guac right now. And we're making some ribeyes. I'm gonna show you how to make these ribeyes extra good because those other steaks were, I mean, we cooked them pretty good, but these are gonna be even better. We're gonna do them on the grill and I'll show you how. So first, get the ghee and put that on this pan. This big cast iron, I'm gonna put this on the grill and get it real hot and then put these boys on. And it's gonna be good. This is looking fire. This is a local tomato. It's like really dark red. No white bullshit, but it's so juicy and so sweet.
To put this lime
With the
in
lime
too.
in too, it's gonna be good. I don't know, this maple syrup, you don't throw this away, but this, plus that, plus this, it's going to be amazing. All right, guys, so we got masa chips. I'm not a big fan of corn. I think corn's kind of BS, but this is 100% organic corn in tallow. Like 99% of tortilla chips are cooked in seed oils, so literally beef tallow, literally organic. Got the lime ones, and we got these ones which taste like Doritos, which are pretty fire. These are my favorite. They taste like Doritos, but they're clean. And now we got the juice. Woohoo.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Now mix it up.
and put some salt.
Put some salt in there. It's gonna be amazing. And we got cilantro as well. It's a lot of salt.
Is that too much?
It's okay, let's mix it up. But we'll come back with the finished product. All right, guys, so this is the grand finale. Not really, but this is how I like to do it. So get the grill to 700 degrees, max it out, keep it closed. Then we got the cast iron on there. And then because this one's a little bit thicker, we're gonna put it on this side where there's a little bit more heat over here. So put it there. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna put this one on this side, it's a little bit less hot. And boom. We're gonna let it sit there and we'll flip it halfway and I'll come back later. We got the finished product. They look a little charred. This one looks really good. We're gonna cut them open and see how they look. Guys, the cameraman's crashing out right now, but we just ate dinner and we're going on our post-dinner walk. Got the cigar, which boosts test, by the way. And we're digesting the food, burning some extra calories. Excited for an upper body day tomorrow. But yeah, walking after meals is really good, especially if you have brain fog, if you feel like you're tired, you want to lay on the couch. Laying down actually slows digestion, slows your metabolism, and makes you sleepy. So if you want to stay clear-minded, you want to feel good and look good because you'll be leaner and you'll have a fast metabolism, walk after every meal for 10 to 30 minutes. Ideally, 30 minutes would be perfect if you can, but you can feel it digest. So walking improves the digestion, you feel good. But laying down or even sitting down or looking at a screen after fries your dopamine, slows your digestion, and it's gonna make you fat and brain dead and tired. But yeah, I guess we'll get back to you with probably like a midnight snack and a nighttime routine. Gonna take a warm shower, gonna put on the blue light glasses, gonna write down my goals for the things I have to do tomorrow. But yeah, nothing else too crazy. I've been recording this video, posted a reel, I've been posting my stories, taking my client calls, getting new clients. It's basically what my days are consumed by. But I can't wait to move to Florida. This weather's terrible, cloudy, rainy. Kills the mood, kills the test, kills the vibe, but I need the sun, I need the heat, so I'm excited to move ASAP. But we'll see you when we get back and when I finish this, so see you later. All right, so we got the nettle leaf tea. Stinging nettle leaf tea, which has tons of health benefits, anti-inflammation, DHT blocker, and it is 10:20 at night, so we're gonna sit with some tea with honey, and then we're also, thank you for doing all that. So much effort.
Late night snacks.
Got organic blueberries with whole raw milk. And the moral of the story here is that you should not be snacking on bullshit at night. I used to go for frozen food. I used to go for regular cereal with rice milk and Reese's Puffs that would taste like straight sugar. I used to go for, cookies and milk, ice cream, sweets, because I would always get hungry at night. But once I just started switching out those processed bullshit snacks for whole foods like raw milk, like organic blueberries, I literally became so much more healthy, so much more shredded, and I feel and look so much better. And the thing is, now that I don't even eat any processed food, I don't miss it at all. That's the thing. It's hard to break addiction. Sugar is more addictive than cocaine, but once you break the addiction, you don't really miss it because this tastes just as good as some processed food does. This cereal right here produces just as much dopamine as eating an ice cream sundae or a frozen pizza because, this is what I'm used to. But once you break the habit of the easy, cheap, convenient processed food, it becomes way easier. Also, we have Ceylon cinnamon put in this plastic bullshit just because we have a big bag of it. But gonna put some on here as well. Put some on there. Put a little more, a little more.
It's like all frozen.
You put a lot. But yeah, dude, these berries really get frozen.
Yeah.
The milk freezes because the berries are frozen.
Well, it turns into like slushy.
Yeah, it's like a purple slush in the milk's like cereal milk. It's so good. Wow, I need more milk on there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's so good. This is a go-to favorite for cutting and bulking, honestly. But
And this is like no calories.
no calories, 140 in the whole bag. But this combo is deadly. And stop eating your processed ice cream. Make this instead. Raw milk is amazing, and you will be high test and shredded if you eat this. All right, guys, so this is the last part of the video. It's 11 o'clock. I'm about to hit the hay. And last two things I like to do before bed are to, one, put some nose tape on my nose so I can improve my nose or nasal breathing while I'm sleeping. And a lot of you guys get sick because you mouth breathe while you sleep, and then you inhale dust and bacteria and dirt into your respiratory system. It grows in there, and then you get sick. Bacteria gets in there, causes you to get sick. You get a respiratory illness, you get a cough, you get a sore throat. And you want to be nose breathing because there's nose hairs in your nose that filter out all the bullshit, and that's how you get boogers. Boogers are dust and bacteria that get caught in there, and it builds up into that, and then you just blow it out, and you don't get sick. And then secondly, I have my blue light blocking glasses. This fucking light from the phone camera is flashing, which is hurting my eyes, but we got the blue light blockers. So when I work or look at my phone or look at my screens before bed, I always put these on so that I can, get better sleep. Because when there's blue light in your eyes, like an hour or so before sleeping, your REM sleep gets decreased significantly. So wearing these like an hour to 2 hours before bed is ideal if you're trying to get that maximum amount of sleep, and they also make you tired. So if you struggle with falling asleep in the first place, they help you get sleepy. But I'll probably put the lights on like this dim, do a few more things on my laptop. But then besides that, that's the full day in the life of a test maxer or someone trying to get jacked and healthy. So it's about all I do. Lift, work, eat, train, same thing as lifting, walk, get vitamin D, test max. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Also, I say prayers before bed too. Just looked at my cross on the wall. Almost forgot about that. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next video. But that's about all I got. My brain's a little bit fried. I'm a little bit tired. But also, one more thing. If you don't want to wake up to piss in the middle of the night, sip water before bed. Don't chug it, because if you chug it, you will piss. You have to sip it slowly over time, especially in the evening. But during the day, you can chug water. That's fine. But if you don't want to piss, also you can take raw honey to spike your luteinizing hormone. You've probably seen this in my reels and my TikToks, but that's a hack to also fall asleep. So we got the whole protocol. The room's like 68 degrees. I have my own AC unit on the wall. No lights. The Shades completely down. It's cold. It's dark. Got a firm mattress so I can make sure I don't get any cricks and pains in my shoulders and neck. But yeah, that's the day in the life, and I will see you guys next video.